Good morning everyone and welcome to Market Fatafat right here on ET Now. It's a steady market at hand. We're in the midst of the earnings season. 10,850 on the screens. We're at the highest point of the trading day and support coming in from all quarters as the Sensex has now soared about 400 points nearly to 36,260 levels. Well, here's the show that we're going to flag off all of the top stocks to keep on your radar. What should you be watching out for in trade? Well, you'll find out in just a bit. We have with us Mubina Siddharth joining in, as well as Hemen Kapadia and Kunal Bothra on the technicals. Well, let's get straight down to it then and talk about result reactions. And first up, it's ICICI Securities. And Mubina, not the best set of numbers.
Well, definitely results are muted, consolidated revenues have declined, profits are under pressure, not to mention, of course, a subdued market, and the mutual fund regulatory changes as well have impacted results. Traction in retail client acquisition does continue. They've acquired about 3 lakh clients, in fact, a little over 3 lakh clients in the last 9 months. But all in all, the numbers were subdued. So if you look at the revenues, it's declined 18% on a year-on-year basis. On a consolidated basis in the third quarter, profits as well have fallen about 34%. So it's been quite disappointing. In fact, the figure is at 405 crores for revenues and profits has come in at 101 crore rupees. So all in all, a muted set of numbers.
All right, that's clearly being played out on the stock price as well, 5% off. Meantime, let's move right on to another mid-cap candidate. Godfrey Phillips is holding out quite smartly from 918. It's soared up to about 944. What kind of traction are you seeing on the charts, Kunal?
So there are some very interesting patterns getting formed, on the monthly charts, Avan, for Godfrey Phillips. A W kind of a pattern, which is more of a indication that a strong bottom is in place now for the stock on the longer term charts. And then when you try and scan through it on the daily time frame as well, the stock is above its 50 and the 200 moving average, and there's a flat pattern breakout. So there are multiple bullish patterns, and the stock is trying to oblige to those multiple bullishness patterns in scaling up higher. Puts rest a buy on Godfrey Phillips with a revised target of 1,000 and stop loss at 900.
All right, that's something to keep an eye out on. Watch out for Godfrey Phillips, a buy recommendation. Meantime, it's Yes Bank that is clearly in focus as there are now 2 clear contenders. The ET Now exclusive as well took the stock up nearly 6% yesterday as the top Nifty gainer. It's continuing that traction. And Hemen, it's interesting to understand where exactly do you see the downside for Yes Bank cap, because this one has been ever so volatile.
Yes, very good morning to you. I think Yes Bank has posted a higher bottom on the weekly chart. It's quoting above, it is closed above the 55-day exponential moving average. The indicators are supporting the move. I think a stop loss at 196, target 212. Further upside seems possible.
All right, that's something to keep an eye out on. Yes Bank clearly in focus in trade today. Meantime, it's also Reliance Industries that's having a terrific run. In fact, it's quoting at 1128 today. It's a CLSA report that's very encouraging. First up, they have a buy rating that they're retaining with a target price at 1,500 rupees. They're saying the homogeneous $550 billion retail opportunity is now beckoning, and that's going to be quite a game changer for RIL. The organized retail market is seen growing 9 times over the next 10 years, and the pure retail revenues could rise nearly 12 times to $138 billion in the next 10 years. Remember, it's going to come out with its numbers, and word on the street is that it could be driven by the retail as well as the telecom arm, and of course, the overall business is seen doing fairly well. So a thumbs up there from CLSA, and that's keeping the stock abuzz. To banks then, and apart from Yes Bank, let's also discuss DCB Bank, Siddharth.
Well, Aman, a lot of these mid-cap banks are showing a lot of traction and addition of open interest. Case in point, DCB Bank, it has breached its 180 resistance, which has been, a few months back a swing high, and it's crossing that level. And with that, it's adding a lot of open interest in futures segment, and volumes are also pretty high. In fact, volumes are already at 2 weeks high in first 2.5-3 hours of the trade. So you can understand the kind of buying which is taking place in this name. So watch out for further upside.
All right, that's something to keep an eye out on. Upside is seen on DCB Bank. Meantime, Dish TV, and that's been one big casualty, has had a rough few trading sessions, now dwindling at about 36 rupees. Hemen, more downside on the cards?
Yes, I think Dish TV has been in a medium long-term uptrend. We saw oversold situation on the daily chart. We've seen a recovery. Now that has also run out of steam. The thing is, we've been down for around 5-6 trading sessions. So a small bounce seems to be in the offing. So the way I look at it, it's a very clear sell on bounce despite an oversold situation on the weekly chart.
All right. Pertinent to note, that's a stock to keep on the radar. Dish TV, down and out. Meantime, Mubina, let's keep it with another IT name, and that is Wipro. Yesterday it had a rough session, but today it's more than making up.
Well, yes, it is a massive recovery witnessed over here. Yesterday it was down by a little over 5%. Today, however, a recovery witnessed. Now, the reason for this is on account of the fact that the company has said that along with its Q3 numbers, which are going to be announced on the 18th of Jan, that's this Thursday, rather Friday, they're also going to be mulling a bonus issue. Do remember that Infosys recently had their bonus issue. The street was very impressed with the premium that they were offering in the buyback price, rather the bonus price. Now, of course, they have the bonus coming out. Sorry, Infosys had the buyback announcement. Actually, Wipro is the one that's going to be having a bonus. So let's see what's the ratio, etc., that the company does announce.
All right, that's certainly going to be watched out for. Wipro active in trade today, a nice 5% move. Investors clearly cheering the news. Meantime, it's Zee Entertainment that's on the result radar today. It's 2.5% ahead of its earnings, and we're expecting a fairly decent growth. Revenues are seen at 728 crores. That's higher by nearly 16%, largely on the back of strong ad and subscription revenue growth. 18% advertising revenue growth is seen despite the higher base on a strong uptick in the network viewership, the contribution from ZEE5 as well as the festive season. The profits are seen higher by 25% at 466 crores. Subscription growth could remain strong at 20%. The programming costs could rise on account of the aggressive content launches with ZEE5 as well as the TV business. Watch out for commentary on the progress of ZEE5 as well as the engagement time and incremental commentary around the promoter stake sale. That's Zee Entertainment in focus today. And at number 9, then, CEAT is a stock to keep on your radar as well. And Siddharth, let's have you run us through some of the observations today.
Well, not all stocks are gaining in today's trading session, especially auto ancillary names are under a bit of pressure. CEAT Limited anyway was not performing quite well, and today we are seeing that in a rising market, there is formation of short positions. Even if you look at this support zone, which is at 1220, 1230, stock is nearing that, and in all likelihood, the way statistics are panning out, that support zone might get challenged. So watch out for that support zone, and if that is breached, then we are talking about further downside.
Okay, interesting to note. That's important for CEAT, currently at 1243. Meantime, let's also find out how exactly the aviation space is shaping up. Interglobe at the lowest point nearly of the trading day. Himain, what are your chart checks suggesting? Is this a good time to nibble in?
Well, actually, the move from 690 to 1190 seems to have exhausted itself. So one whole set of an up move is over. We've entered a corrective phase. Thing is, we've come off from 1190 to 1050 over 13-14 trading sessions one way. So I have a feeling we are for a corrective phase. The early, 2 early, 3 early charts have turned positive. It's taken support on the 55-day moving average. Simply put, a small bounces in the offing, but the up move is over. So it's a sell on bounce.
All right, a sell on a bounce. That's the word coming in on Interglobe Aviation. Meantime, to mid-cap IT then, and KPIT is a stock that's active in trade today. Kunal, do you believe that, this is sort of a flash in the pan move? Where do you see it headed from 200 levels, given that volumes are backing it?
So almost 2.5 hours of trading done for the day today, and the stock volume today has almost equaled the last 2 days of strong volume patterns. And if this is the kind of pattern which we see for volumes, the stock would not just stage a short-term swing breakout, but this could be also a strong volume and a price breakout for KPIT, and which is why I've selected the stock in this show. Would suggest a buy with a short-term target of 222 and stop loss at 205.
All right, that's the take coming in from Kunal. Buy for the short term. Meantime, Mubina, not surprising to see Jet Airways still hogging the limelight. Yesterday was a phenomenal move. Today, the carry forward is continuing. What's the latest update now?
Well, yes, third straight day on the trot that we are seeing gains coming in for Jet Airways. In fact, just in the last 3 trading sessions, we've seen the stock move up a good 26%. And now with today's up move, it's up more than it's above that 300 rupee level as well, thus trading above the 50 and 100-day moving averages. Now, this up move is coming in ahead of a very important meeting between lenders. That's a consortium that's led by RBI as well as the board of directors of Jet Airways. Tomorrow is when they're going to decide on a final plan. So it's going to be an important day for Jet Jet Airways tomorrow. Meanwhile, for today, there is long build-up as well that's witnessed in the stock price. The open interest is higher by a little over 3.5%. So good going today as well for Jet Airways.
All right, that's Jet Airways for you at 305. Meantime, another stock is on the brokerage radar. That's Radico Khaitan. In fact, MK has retained a buy with us on the stock. They've got a target price of 547. They believe that the strong Q3 results could be a major catalyst for the stock. It can deliver a 31% EPS CAGR over FY18 to 21. The stock is clearly giving it a thumbs up, 1% on Radico. Moving on then, let's pull up a stock from the cement basket, and that is large cap ACC. In fact, it's looking quite steady in trade today. Kunal, where are you placing your targets and stop loss?
So the stock is nearing us, what we call in technical terms a triangular pattern breakout. It's more of a pattern breakout where the stock goes through a contraction in the range, and then all of a sudden you see a breakout happening. And ACC is just about on the verge of breaking out. 1500 is the breakout level, so it's about 0.5% off from those levels. But I believe if the stock crosses that 1500 mark, you could see a strong resumption of uptrend for the stock, and 1550 could be an immediate target for the stock. So that could be a very interesting large cap stock into traders radar. Buy above 1500, targets 1550, stop loss 1475.
All right, that's an interesting trade, but wait for the stock to cross that level of 1500 right now at 1493. From ACC, let's move on then to Idea and understand how exactly this stock is likely to shape up. What's going on the volume front? How are we seeing it shape up on the derivative side, Siddharth?
Well, firstly, there's no major price action which you can see on your screen. But why are we talking about it? Because there's something happening in future segment, and generally there is no movement in price and some build-up taking place. Then you see that price action follows. Now, Idea in today's trading session, 12% rise in open interest. Fair enough, 12% is a pretty decent build-up. But look at the volumes in futures. Not much in cash, but futures volumes have already crossed previous day's volume. And we are seeing this as a sign of accumulation at lower levels, because stock has been consolidating in a very narrow range, Avan. So this cannot be short positions because stock is anyway quite significantly lower from its peak. So watch out for a decent move on either side, but the biasness should be positive. That's what statistics are suggesting.
All right, there you have it. That's important to note on Idea. On that note, we slip into a short break right here on the show. Stay with us. Lots more coming up on the other side of market. Fatafat 10,855 on the Nifty. Welcome back. This is Market Fatafat. We're getting you all of the top stocks to watch out for in trade. We're down with 15. Let's keep it going then with the countdown. And there's Gujarat Gas. That's a very active stock on the Nifty 500. It's one of the top movers. Double-digit gains, Hemen. What is your projection?
Aman, if it's a short-term view, I think it's a sell-on bounce. But if it's a longer-term view, I think it's a very clear hold. We are in a medium and long-term uptrend. The longer-term mechanical indicators are positive. The stock has recently posted a fresh all-time high. It's just that we've had a brilliant run-up and we walked into a corrective phase. So currently, hold with a stop loss of 700.
All right, that's the view coming in, but that depends on whether you're looking at the stock from a long or a short-term view. Meantime, number 17 is Gujarat Gas, and the stock is rallying, and duly so on the back of numbers, Movina. J&K Bank, yeah.
J&K Bank is the stock price, and the second day of rally witnessed today. In just the last two trading sessions, it has been able to move up a neat 12%. Remember, they had the conference call that was held yesterday, wherein they did say that most of the stress with respect to the corporate balance sheet is now done. The cleanup, at least, is done on the corporate balance sheet. They are going to maintain the growth strategy as well in the bank. So positive statements coming in over there. And remember, the numbers as well, of course, were very good in the third quarter. The stock saw an uptick yesterday, reacting to the numbers today as well after the conference call. The stock's higher in trade.
All right, that's certainly something to keep an eye out on. Take a look at J&K Bank, 8% and counting. Meantime, let's take a look as to what's showing you a blockbuster gain today, and that is PVR at 1653. It's going strong. Within this, given the kind of move that we're seeing, Kunal, you believe this is a hold?
Yes, Avan, and it's surprisingly been one of the most steadier stocks. There was this period of volatility in between, I think mid of 2018, when there was a lot of news flow coming across for PVR, but post that it's been a completely different picture for the stock price. It's moved up on a steady note. It's now trading at life highs at current levels as well, and the stock is trading above its long-term averages. So all of that indicates that there's a new trend in the making for these stocks, this stock especially, and that should probably continue higher from the current levels as well. 1700 is a target on a near-term basis, suggesting a buy on PVR, targets of 1620, stop loss at 1625.
All right, there you have it. That's the view coming in from Kunal. He's pretty bullish on the stock, watching out for levels of 1700. Meantime, let's look at Adani Power as well. It's in fact spiked up in trade today at about 51. They've approached two large state-run lenders, that's REC and PSC, for the 1600 megawatt Goda power project. This is located in Jharkhand, and sources seem to indicate that REC and PSC are likely to approve 5,000 crore rupees each, and that would make it one of the largest debt financing for a greenfield thermal power project, and one of the large advance extended to a sector play at a time when you have seen a lot of NBFCs and banks shying away from infrastructure in general. So that's keeping the stock afloat. This total project is estimated nearly $1.97 billion, nearly 14,000 crores. Moving away from Adani Power, let's pull up Infosys as well, and that's been the cynosure of all eyes. But the question is, after yesterday's smart rally, today's 700 plus move, Siddharth, what exactly are the derivatives data indicating?
People are mainly concentrating on buyback and giving that as a reason to move higher, but then company has posted decent set of numbers and guidance has been increased. That's the basic reason why stock is moving higher. Yesterday movement was because of short covering. Today we are seeing formation of long positions in futures, which is an indication of a durable trend. And clearly the resistance of 715 has been breached, and I can say that it's decisively breached now. So watch out for this IT bellwether, and it can move higher, supporting Nifty as well.
All right, that's the take coming in. There is long formation in the future segment and more possibility of an upside in Infy. Manappuram Finance, meantime, where exactly, Kunal, do you see this stock headed? Why is it catching your eye?
So, if you remember, Avan, we flagged this stock, I think a couple of weeks back on the same show, and, indicating that the stock is, due for a mean reversion process, and that should take the stock to closer to 200 DMAs, which is, exactly at current levels. Now, looking at the strength of the stock, the strength of the trend, I believe there could be further upside, even from a short-term basis from current levels for Manappuram, which is why I would suggest a hold, targets of 102, and stop loss could be revised up higher to 93 levels.
All right, keep an eye out on Manappuram Finance, and this is a stock that is definitely catching Kunal's eye. Hope to Manappuram. Meantime, Mubina, 2% higher for Indiabulls Ventures. Let's talk about the news flow as well as the results.
Well, it's tempered off, in fact, a tad bit from the day's high. But yeah, this one was one of the top gainers on the Nifty 500. A great set of numbers because the revenues have doubled at 558 crore rupees, higher by more than 100%. And the profit as well has in fact more than doubled at 121 crore rupees. It's higher by 122.54%. This is on a year-on-year basis. Additionally, the company has also announced that it's going to be selling its stockbroking undertaking to its wholly owned subsidiary. So all of this news is something that's boosting the stock price today in trade.
All right, yes, it's tempered off, but nonetheless still higher by 2.5%. Castrol, meantime, at number 23, and Himen. Let's talk about trends on this one at 164. Where exactly is this headed on the charts? Is there more upside?
Yes, I think there is distinctly more upside. Stock has posted a fresh 5-month high. Higher tops, higher bottoms indicators are positive. We've run into some resistance from the 55-week exponential moving average. But notwithstanding this, if there is a 2-3 week point of view, one gets the feeling that a further upside seems like a distinct possibility. Stop loss of 159, target of 169 looks good.
All right, that's the take coming in on Castrol. Moving on then to Tata Metallics, and that one too is reacting to numbers, but it's not been the most encouraging set. Margins have contracted to 13.7% versus 14.8%. The revenues have come in higher by nearly 11%, and that's the only redeeming factor at 550 crores nearly. The profits very flat, down nearly 1.7%, and operationally as well, the EBITDA has come in higher by a meager 3% at 75 crore rupees. 627, that's where Tata Metallics is at. Moving on then, let's pull up another stock from the mid-cap arena, and that's BEML. Siddharth, walk us through what kind of a trend we're seeing today.
Well, the trend is up in the sense the stock is doing well in today's trading session. That's 2.5% up move. we are seeing formation of long position. Now if we just see what has happened in last say 20-25 trading sessions, Avan, there has been a sharp rise from 700 to 900, and around this 900 level or around this 850 to 950 zone, stock has been consolidating since last 3 to 4 weeks. Now what's happening? We are seeing accumulation of long position. A resistance level to watch out for should be 925 to 930, and if it goes above 925, 930, then you would see further upside. That's what statistics are indicating.
All right, that's the view coming in on BEML, 2.3%. But with that, we're out of time, so we'll call it a day right here on Market Fatafat. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for Markets at Noon.